This is Greg Okie Silverback here at CollectorMania, and we're doing a deck tech for a red EDH challenge that we're going to do later on. So this is what I built. I built this yesterday in the afternoon, just grabbed a bunch of cards, and it seems to play okay. My general, Grenzo, it's a new conspiracy card. He has goad, and I have an option. If one of my creatures that deals damage, combat damage to an opponent, I can either goad one of their creatures, which causes them to have to attack. They just can't attack me. So in multiplayer, that's pretty good. The other option is I get to exile a card from the top of their library per each instance of damage, and I can cast that card as if it was any mana at all. If not, I exile it. So that's my general. He's 2 red mana, so pretty cheap. And then for my lands, I'm playing Handwear Battlements. It gives my creatures haste, which is really a plus, and then also it has the ability to meld with another creature and turns into a real big creature. Encroaching Waste, obvious, go get another mountain, thins the deck. Teetering Peaks comes in, gives a creature +2/+0, which can be a real, I mean, that 2 damage can really mean something, especially if it has first strike. Inventor's Fair, because I am playing red and I do have quite a few artifacts in it. I can gain life each turn, and I sack it to go get an artifact, put it in my hand. I then have a total of 10, 15, 20, 25, 31 mountains. My creatures, I'm playing Soul Scar Mage. This is a newer card that just came out. It has prowess. If a source you control will deal damage, non-combat damage to a creature, you put that many -1/-1 counters on that creature instead. This, I got a lot of things that do direct damage. This can just clear out some of the big threats just by, even if they're indestructible, it gets rid of the Avacons and things. Scourge Wolf, first strike. He has Delirium. If I do meet the Delirium, I do get double strike with him for a little 2/2. Chandra, Fire of Kaladesh, turns into a Planeswalker. It pings an opponent, any opponent. If I deal 3 damage to that opponent this turn with her, I get a flipper into the Planeswalker. Mirror Welder. Because I'm playing against red and I'm playing red, this seems really good because if a creature or an artifact goes in a graveyard, I can exile it and gives him that ability. So mana wise, all kinds of different artifacts, it gets that ability. Dual Caster Mage. This has flash, and I can copy a spell. This has been very good just in test playing it. Just playing just a little while ago. They go to destroy some of mine, I can then destroy some of theirs. Pilgrim Eye lets me go get a land. This is the other part about the land I was talking about. It melds with the other guy, turns into a 7/4 and puts 3 2s when they attack. Junk Diver, another good thing with artifacts is if I got something, a key artifact that someone had to destroy, I can go get it back and put it in my hand. Combatant Calibrant. Okay, this thing's a 4/1 and it's a new card, and when it attacks I can exert it, and I get to untap all my creatures and attack, have a second attack. I will not be able to attack with that, so I can't get infinite attacks. But there's a little bit of tech in here where I can kind of almost do that. Goblin Raise Runners. Okay, so I get if I sack a land for 2 mana, I put a 1/1 counter, which makes him bigger, and then at the end of my turn, I get to assign damage to a player. Seismic Mage. This is a little bit of land destruction, so if they're playing some of those key lands that stop you from attacking or can it win, that one puts in mountains and you deal damage, I can get rid of it. Hellrider. If I got a bunch of creatures, this can deal a lot of damage. Each one of my creatures is going to deal 1 damage. Fumiko. This makes my opponents attack every turn. She gets 1/1 for every creature attacking. So it doesn't matter if I'm attacking, they're attacking. If I block, it gets the XX. Hounds of Gristlebrand. It's a 2/2 for 4. Has double strike, but what's really nice, it does have Undying. Someone wipes the board, I get a 3/3 with double strike back. Rakamar has haste. Pay one red, and I get a 3/1 token out. Really, really good. Ash Cloud Phoenix. Okay, it's a flyer. It's a 4/1 flyer. When it dies, I can bring it back and play morphed, and then unmorph it, and it can keep going as long as I can bring it back and morphed. Here's another new guy. This is one of the new gods. He can't block or attack unless you have 2 or less cards in your hand, and it has an option of discarding a card to get those cards down, and then it deals damage to a player, or each opponent, I'm sorry. Thought Not Seer. If I got someone that I'm really worried about, that they're going to play something really good, they got a full hand of cards, I can remove one of those cards, a non-land card. Kiki Jiki. This is really a key card when it comes to the card I was talking about for damage. If I have both of these out, I make a copy of this. It gives it haste. I have infinite battle. I can pick infinite attacks. So that could be detrimental to all the players. I just will over attack them all. Overseer. This is the card I used to play a long time ago. Pay 2 mana. It gets +1/-1. It's a 4/4. I can do it 3 times to still survive and destroy an indestructible or get rid of some of the little piddly, little blockers out there. Blood Rush card. I can, if I attack and they don't block, I can give it 3/3 and double strike. Be really, really take on their life really fast. Another flyer, Phoenix. When this guy dies, he deals 3 damage to each creature and each player. I mean, it could be rough on me, but it's going to take down a lot of things, especially if I have the other card out where it does -1 counters on the damage. I then can return it from the graveyard to my hand for 5 mana. Mirage Tyrant, Devoid, 3. I can use it. It comes in 5/3. I can pay 3, sacrifice another colorless creature, and it deals damage equal to that creature's player. Hoarding Dragon. This is another way I can go search for an artifact that I'm looking for, and put it. It exiles it, and then when it dies, I get to put it in my hand and cast it. Glorybringer, another new card. Because of that one spell I was saying where damage gets -1/-1 counters, this guy comes in, has haste, attacks, I exert it, and it deals 4 damage to target non-dragon creature, which 4 -1 counters can really devastate another creature. Chaos Imps. I can come in for 6 for a 6/5, but if I unleash it, it's a 7/6, and it has trample. Steel Hillkite. This is great against token decks. A lot of the real key little enchantments and things like that. Because I'm playing red, enchantments are really hard. There's nothing really out there that gets rid of enchantments, but this will. Combustible Gearhulk. This, with another couple of my cards, because of the damage, doubles damage, they're going to let me draw cards. So it's a very good draw engine. If I got Kiki Jiki, it's not a legendary, so I can make another one and make another one. So it's really good. It has first strike, 6/6. 4-Stroker Dragon. Okay, this is super good. I can pay 2 while it attacks, and target creatures take a damage and cannot block. So if I'm taking multiple attacks, that stays during the whole turn. They cannot block through that whole turn. Ryusi, the Falling Star. This is an old Kamigawa card. It's flying. It does deal 5 damage to each creature without flying if it dies. I've toyed not putting it in here, but it's still a 5/5 flyer, so it seems pretty good. Here's a Hellkite with Landfall. If I think I had 5 other lands that weren't mountains, so even if I play one of those, it still does 1 damage. And if I play a mount, it does steel damage. And if it's -1 counters, I'm really hurting some creatures. This guy's an all-star. Here's Helmetback Goliath. Okay, every time another creature enters the battlefield, you may put that many 1/1 counters on it. You give this guy trample or lifelink or something like that, it could really turn a game around. Breaker of Armies. Now there's another key target of Kiki Jiki. I'll just make another 10/8, send all my other creatures, they have to block him. Really, really strong. Ulamog. Okay, the Infinite Gyre comes in and destroys a target permanent. And I was talking about enchantments and some of those guys that it's really hard to get rid of. He's indestructible, has Annihilator 4, but kind of the reason I play him is for any kind of mill, and they get milled, I put all those cards back into my library. Here's a weird, odd little enchantment that I can put on a creature. And all I have to do is pay 1 red, tap it, and I can copy any target or instant spell you may choose, and I can pick new targets for it. It can be really tricky in a crazy game where people are doing a lot of spells. Electropotence. This is, because I'm playing some big creatures, I can deal some very big damage just for 3 mana. I have to cast the spell, the creature, still have 3 mana, I can deal this to a creature or player, which is really nice. With the double damage out there, and they kill a non-token artifact, I get to put it back in my hand. Or they take 3 damage, doubled it could be 6 damage. In red, and everybody getting damage in red, they might let me just keep the artifact. War's Toll. This was brought up in one of our our command tables for hate, and this makes all opponents' lands tap for mana when they tap a land, and all their creatures have to attack each attack if able. When I was talking about double damage, this is the guy right here. All creatures you control will deal damage to a creature or player. It deals double that damage that creature and player instead. Okay, that was all my creatures and enchantments, and this is some artifacts I have. I got a Thran Dynamo that had some water damage, and I put a big happy face on him. With that creature that they have to block, I put this on them. They block it, I get to draw a card. I draw 2 cards. Because I have not a lot of instants and sorceries, but some. This guy can make a creature really big with first strike. Isochron Scepter. If I'm playing some of the little, like lightning bolt, things like that, I can just keep casting it over and over again. Smuggler's Copter. This had a lot of press on it and was banned and all that stuff. Still a great creature. Helps you get through your cards. It's a 3/3 flyer. Really good card. Heart of Kiran. Flying and Vigilance, Crew 3. I may remove a loyalty counter from a Planeswalker, then pay its crew cost. Won't be doing that much, but still for 3, I should have a lot of creatures out there to bite for that. Felwar Stone, some Mana Rock, Ratchet Bomb. This is another way of getting rid of some of those enchantments that's really hard to get rid of. It can also get rid of a lot of tokens. Really good card. Loxodon Warhammer. Gaining life and trample, especially on that real big guy I was talking about earlier, really, really strong. Hall of Triumph. This is only 3 mana. Puts this out. All my creatures, which is only mono red, they're all going to get +1/+1. Make them a little stronger. Helmet Possession. Someone puts out that giant Eldrazi or something that is going to destroy us, I'll just take it. Witchbane Orb. If someone's playing with any curses, these remove the curses, and I have hexproof. This is really strong at mill decks or direct damage. They can't target me. Sovereign. Console Flagship. Really strong. If I've got the double damage, this comes out and does 6 damage, and every time it attacks, it does 6 damage. Really, really good card. Paradox Engine. Every time I play a spell, I untap all my non-land permanents. This was really reliant on some of the mana rocks and things like that, but it can go infinite. I can cast an instant spell, untap all my creatures that are tapped, and they thought they were going to get a free attack in. This caused a lot of commotion. It's called Lifeline. This is an old card. It's been errated. It used to say, if a creature of mine died and there's a creature on the field, I can put that creature from the graveyard back into play. The errata says it happens for everybody. So if I have this out, and as long as there's one creature on the board, all creatures come right back into play. Predator Flagship. Hoping I got a lot of mana. Hoping I can I can give my guys flying for 2 mana, and I can do it multiple times. Great for blocking, great for getting across for some damage, or I can just destroy a target creature with flying. Playing in mono red, I'm sure people are playing Flying Dragons. Cage Sun turns all my mana, so I can make 2 mana. Gives another 1/1 to all my creatures. Some of the damage spells. We got Lightning Bolt. Bonfire of the Damned. This is crazy with that card. It says they get -1 counters on it. I can pretty much wipe someone's board. Getting rid of artifacts. This one's crazy because I get rid of artifacts. I get little 2/2 gremlins. Get rid of artifacts. Here we got Buyback. This triggers the artifact that lets me untap all my permanents, non-land permanents. I can do this multiple times. Lightning Strike. 3 damage, target creature, player for 2 mana. Now here's an odd card. This I can deal 4 damage to a target player. If I still have less life than them after, I get to put this back in my hand. So if someone's gaining a bunch of life, if I'm doing double damage, I can hit him for 8, 16 in 1 turn. Salvage Beating. Entwine. If I entwine this, I get to do both things, which is double strike and 2 attacks. If someone's below like 20 life, I should be able to kill them with that. Chandra Ignition. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature in each opponent. This is a board wipe that doesn't wipe the one creature you use. If the card is indestructible, I probably wouldn't use that one anyhow because it wouldn't die, but this could clear all the creatures off the board except for me. And I got 1 player left, let's say, and I could sack all my creatures, and for the power does all that damage to a player. It's like I'll die to win, but I could win with this. That's my deck tech. That's Grenzo. And hit that like button, subscribe, and remember CollectorMania. We got other videos out there. Go check out the YouTube site. Thank you.